Hi, welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm your host, Justin Riley. You'll want to stick around with this show today because, number one, I'm not going to be doing any hosting. Emily is going to check in with our good friend Rob Grether from Dashalito's Hot Sauce. He always surprises us with something amazing that you can make at home with Dashalito's Hot Sauce. Plus, we're going to check in with Vince's Restaurant and Pizzeria in Monroe. Jessa heads down there and they always have something great to cook up. Plus, a blast from the past with the Red Zone. It's all coming up right here on the Restaurant Show, where we stop by the best restaurants in town so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on the Restaurant Show.
Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Now, in my opinion, this restaurant might be one of Madison's best kept secrets. We're talking to Veronica, who's the manager of Cafe La Bella Italia. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us on again.
I love your restaurant. You know that, though. So I'm always happy to talk about fabulous Italian food, pasta, bread. You guys have great appetizers too. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, just letting you know, we do have a side salad, which is one of my favorites to make. It's nice, big, cheesy. We have mozzarella cheese on it. We have Parmesan cheese on it.
Right? Yes.
Yes, we have tomato, cucumber.
Yeah.
And then we also have croutons. And then we also have our house dressing, which is a Chianti basil vinaigrette, which is amazing.
It really is really good. And I love a good thick, fat house salad when you get a lot of, like you said, cheesy.
Yes.
It's just a fabulous start. Okay, keep going.
And again, I mean, we're from Wisconsin, so just letting you know, we also have a cheesy garlic bread, which is another amazing appetizer to try.
There's very few items at Cafe La Bella Italia that don't have cheese.
Yes, we have calamari.
From my memory.
We have so many different choices, but I just wanted to give you a little option of seeing what we have here.
And your bread is so good too. Love your cheesy bread. Okay,
yes.
We're gonna talk dinner. So some really good options that we're chatting about today.
Well, I'm bringing in our spaghetti. It's a traditional, we make it homemade, fresh, made with love every morning. We have our spaghetti.
Yes.
With our spaghetti, you have a choice
spaghetti noodles, right?
Of spaghetti noodles, or if you want masticholi.
Yep.
You know, sometimes people don't like when they eat the spaghetti and, you know, they slurp up the last noodle.
Maybe not a first date item, but depending, you can have a little Lady in the Tramp moment if you want.
Yes.
Or you could go the masticholi route and have maybe a little bit easier to eat, but your choice, your pick.
Yes, so we have the spaghetti. And then with the choice with spaghetti, you have the choice of getting like a sausage, a meatball, or you can get meat sauce.
Yes.
So
here's your big traditional meatballs, right?
Yes.
Nice and big and meaty and thick and delicious. They have really good food, if I haven't shared that already. And now your sauce, they have incredible sauce too. You guys make your sauce in-house, and I don't know what your secret is. I won't make you give it away, but it is just so good.
Yes. Again, like I said, we make it every morning, fresh. I mean, it is amazing.
Yeah, it really is very good. Okay, so there's your spaghetti option one, and here's option two. So this is the masticholi now going in.
It's the penne noodles, more tubular.
Yeah. You can have a lot of sauce hiding in those crevices. That's what I like about them. Sometimes there's some snuck in there. Very good. So your choices are meatball, sausage, or meat sauce. So we've got a couple of options here that have sauce and meatballs on them.
Yes, and like again,
really good.
I know I love cheese, so we can also get it baked.
So through the magic of TV, we'll show you what that baked looks like, because I'm a fan too of having it popped in the oven and come out nice and warm and cheesy, gooey good. I'm gonna try some because that's what I do here. It looks really, really good. So which one's which?
Okay, so this one's going to be the masticholi with meat sauce.
Okay.
And then this is going to be our spaghetti with the sausage.
Awesome.
Our sausage, again, is...
I'll try the spaghetti first because I'll go ahead and get messy.
Homemade, traditional, so you can never find a sausage anywhere here.
That looks awesome.
It's our family secret recipe.
And then that's the
masticholi.
Okay.
And just letting you know, too, instead of, dining in, you can also have it delivered. You can order online with the Eats 24, so you can act like you cooked and have homemade food.
I love that idea. Just have it delivered like 20 minutes before your folks come home or your husband, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and you can put it on the app and say, hey, this is the time I'm gonna pick it up, and we'll have it all nice and ready. And
so you can actually do that online, so you don't even have to talk to anybody.
No, you can have a scheduled pickup.
You can order delicious Italian food from your pajamas. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, really.
Yes. Another thing too is we also celebrate birthdays. So if you decide to come in and have dinner, we also give you a free birthday dessert. So you're coming in and celebrating with us and make it a memorable moment.
Yeah, great place to have a birthday because it's so quaint and cute, and I love the idea of like, you can bring your kids and do all that stuff. It's not a pretentious atmosphere by any means, but a great spot to just spend some time, husband, wife, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, first date.
It's great atmosphere. Sometimes we sing and serve, so when you're coming out there with the food, we're singing and just having a great time. You know, we really do enjoy our customers, especially the ones that come in almost all the time. They become like family. So
yeah, absolutely. And obviously, as you can see, all kinds of different beverages, but you can enjoy from lots of different delicious wines or whatever your preference is. So
yes.
What's your favorite wine?
Mine is a Moscato.
Yeah.
So I like the sweet white wine, but we also have the Apothic, which is actually quite a popular.
That's more up my speed, the red.
Yeah, well, it's actually my, like I say, my boss lady, the one that makes the marinara sauce every morning. That's her favorite punch, she says, because it's a mixture of red wines in one. So she just says, pass me some punch.
Oh, it's really cute. Well, really good food, and remind us again, if you want to order, what do you do?
You can call us at our phone on our phone.
Okay, so you can call in too.
You can call in, but then if you don't want to talk to anybody, you can actually go to our website.
Yeah.
Go online. There's an order button there.
I'm in charge of taste testing.
There's so many things to choose from. But again, we also have nice, great big portions. As you see, we kind of get carried away. They're Italian-sized portions.
Doesn't hurt my feelings any. And in case you guys don't know where they are, share with the folks, because my mouth's full, where you're located.
We're on the north side at 1026 North Sherman. So it's really nice. It's a really lovely community over there as well.
You'll love it. Great spot to go have dinner. This is Cafe La Bella Italia. Veronica, manager over there, North Sherman. Sherman. We'll see you in a minute. We're going to be back with more Restaurant Show after the break. Stick with us.
Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate with the Chocolate Caper.
Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. If you're a chocolate lover, and I know lots of you are, I am myself, we have the segment for you because that's what we're talking about. It's all chocolate. I'm joined by Dan Donahue, the owner of the Chocolate Caper. They're on Main Street in Oregon. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Happy to be back.
So I'm excited about this because I feel like this is a little science experiment that we're going to do here.
It is a bit. It is a bit.
So what we're making now is chocolate chantilly. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Okay.
Chocolate chantilly.
Okay. So what is that?
It is basically just chocolate and water mixed together with a little bit of sugar, and you do it in such a way that it turns into a chocolate mousse.
Okay. And now my understanding of a mousse is that it's dairy-based, but you're saying that we can do it with water.
Right. This is a dairy-free, gluten-free version that uses some sort of scientific principles of chocolate to create a mousse without having to have the whipped cream and the other things that give mousse its airiness.
You're busting all of my myths today because I also thought that you couldn't mix chocolate and water.
That is generally true in our chocolate shop. It is a big no to do anything with chocolate and water.
Okay.
If you're melting it, it can cause it to seize. If you're doing any variety of things, it can cause the chocolate to do lots of things you don't want it to do.
Okay.
This recipe is the exception.
Oh my gosh, it's like I before E except after C. There's all these rules, but
Yes.
you know them. Don't worry, they've got the rules down. And you're going to show us how we can cook with chocolate. We can actually combine them with water.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do it. So
All right.
what's the chocolate that you use, and do you need to use a certain kind?
What you do, we're using guitar chocolate. The brand does not matter. This is what we use in our shop. You want to use any high quality chocolate. Since it is just water and chocolate, the flavor is coming entirely from the chocolate.
Sure, okay.
So if you use chocolate chips or something that's a little bit lower quality, you're going to taste that in the final product.
More intensely. All right. So if you skimp, we're going to know about it.
Yep,
right?
and then you also need to use at least a 70%, the recommendation is at least a 70% cacao content. This is 65%.
Okay.
I found that anything over 60% works.
Okay.
But milk chocolate and things like that will not work because they don't have enough fat in them.
I see. Okay, so the fat content really matters.
Yes.
All right, and look at that knife that you're using. You really gotta, is the kind of cut, does that matter? Like the way that you're sort of slicing it pretty thin?
Well, no, you just want a coarse chop on it.
Okay, so it
you're
doesn't
just
actually
coarsely
need to be
chopping the
too thin.
chocolate.
Okay.
Just to make it easier to melt.
I see, all right, okay, so the melting, all right. So what are we gonna do next?
So once you've got your chocolate cut up, you're gonna be, ahead of time you wanna boil 1 cup of water.
So Dan did that before we started because we didn't think you'd wanna watch the water boil.
But yeah, we spent a lot of time watching it boil.
Yeah, we did, yes, we enjoyed it, great.
And as soon as it's boiling, you're gonna add 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar, depending on your preference.
So there's essentially 3 ingredients, chocolate, sugar, and water.
You got it. Okay. And all we're doing with the sugar in the water is making a simple syrup, just dissolving the sugar into the water.
Can you tip that just like slightly? So
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, it dissolves right in there. Perfect.
Yep.
Got it.
And then as soon as that's ready to go, and you can add the sugar when you start boiling the water too. It doesn't matter where in the process
All
you
right,
add the
so
sugar.
it's not an exact timing.
Nope, you just want it in there before you add the sugar.
Proof. I maybe even could do this.
So then
All right.
I have some chocolate that I already cut up. So we're adding 10 ounces of chocolate to the water.
10 ounces of chocolate. Okay, got
to
it.
the 1 cup of water. And I do really like these flexible cutting boards because you can just
That's perfect. Yes, yes, yes.
dump
yes.
it right in.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Now this is going to be just the basics, right? So chocolate, water, sugar, but can you add other flavors, like if you wanted it to taste a certain way? Or
You can. You can substitute orange juice for the water or for some of the water and make an orange flavor to it. You can put in a tablespoon of Bailey's Irish Cream or Grand Marnier or
caught my attention.
Chambord to give it some fruit
Yeah.
flavor, some alcohol into it.
Yeah, sure.
You can mix in sort of any liquid you want and substitute for the water. You still need to have a fair amount of water in there, but you can substitute a couple of tablespoons of whatever you'd like
Okay,
into
so you
it.
can add a little something, get a little flavoring going. So I can see lots of different options coming to mind, as I'm sure have come to your mind over the years.
Oh yes, we've done this a variety of different ways.
Okay, so now, if you can't see this at home because it's kind of hidden, we've got this in a bowl of ice water.
Yep, this is an ice bath. So we have a bowl that's just got ice and water in it, and then another dry bowl sitting right on top of that.
All right.
We set that up right at the beginning so the bowl gets nice and cool. And all we're going to do is take the chocolate that's completely melted now with the water and pour it right into that bowl.
Oh my gosh. If you love chocolate, you're probably loving this visual right now. Chocolate just being poured into a bowl. Delicious. Okay, so chocolate, water, sugar. That's it. Boiled,
That's
stirred, and now it's in an ice bath.
Yep.
So
And the
you're just
trick
tuning in.
here is to whisk it basically as quick as you can.
Okay.
And you're going to be whisking for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, so you whisk away, and then what happens after a few minutes?
So this is going to start to firm up. What's happening is water and chocolate are hydrophobic, so they repel each other. What we're doing is, by whisking it, is giving a standard structure to the fat molecules that the water can fit into, and then it's basically going to repel the chocolate from itself, creating the airy texture. So you've got 2
neat.
chocolate molecules with the water in between them, kind of
Yeah.
pushing them apart to make it nice and fluffy.
So not only is it delicious, but it's also a learning experience.
But it
right?
is.
So for maybe a fun thing to do with kids at home too.
Yeah, if you have kids in grade school, this is when they're learning about hydrophobic and hydrophilic bonds and all that fun stuff.
This is part of the
This
deal.
is a good way to do it.
This is the delicious science experiment that you can do at home.
And it's
I
very
love it.
forgiving as well. If I over whisk this, what'll happen is this is going to start to get more and more solid. And if I over whisk it, I can just dump it back into the pot, remelt it, start again.
Oh, so it's goof-proof in a lot of ways. We only have about less than a minute left, so I want to make sure we show off what can happen.
So after about, and you can use a hand mixer to do that if you need to. If your hands can't, if you don't want to whisk it by hand, you can use a hand mixer.
Oh, okay.
But you'll end
so
up
this is
with
what
this.
happens. Now you said 3 to 5 minutes?
Yep, 3 to
or
5
so?
minutes. It'll right when it becomes the consistency of a
Chocolate. Can I try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it matter what
I've got
spoon?
a bowl that you can try.
Oh, good. Okay, we have a pretty one. Look how cute. So I was asking about this before we started. This is chocolate mousse, right? Basically, chocolate chantilly.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure I get it right. In a chocolate dish.
Yep.
Can I use this spoon? Does that work?
Absolutely.
Well, I gotta go because I'm gonna finish this off while we're on commercial break. But really quick before we go, the chocolate caper, fabulous chocolates of all kind, obviously. Really, really good chocolate. They're in Oregon. folks can order online and give you guys a call too if you want to do that, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, make sure and do that because they have fabulous chocolate. All right, we got to go. We're going to be back with more Restaurant Show. I'm going to finish my dessert. I'm making a mess, but we'll be right back after the break.
Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, Ellen Barrett and a special interview for National Nutrition Month.
That's such great advice. I know I've totally done that before. You go to Google, you search for something, and sometimes you end up on a totally wrong page. So it's great that you're out there kind of giving that great advice. And now off of that, what would you say is one of your favorite nutritious snacks?
Yeah, well, we're all snacking so much these days. We're on the go, we're snacking at our desk, in the car, everywhere, but you need to really make those snack calories count. They can't just be throwaways because we're doing it so much. So Harvest Stone crackers really help you get a lot out of your snack. They are organic, they are non-GMO, they are gluten-free, so everyone can enjoy them.
Perfect.
And they're also made with whole grain, so they're the perfect canvas for all of your wholesome creations. They are amazing with this Green Goddess guacamole that we have here. They're also really fantastic with aged cheddar, whatever you want to top them with.
Now, what's one of your favorite nutritious beverages? I think a lot of people end up drinking different things and people don't realize the amount of calories and added sugar that are in those beverages.
Right, that's right. And you know, I am the author of Eating in Color, so I'm really passionate about getting people to eat and drink more colorfully. And for the month of March, I am all about the color purple, and we have Welch's 100% Concord grape juice to help us get those heart health benefits of the Concord grape. The polyphenols are in the grape skins, and there is actually no added sugar. And each 8-ounce glass of the grape juice has 40 grapes in it. It's made from 40 grapes, so you're getting a lot of plant benefit here. And I like to use it in smoothies. We have a beautiful example of that over here. And also, it's so good in a spritzer. It's really delicious stuff and a great thing to add to your diet.
And what would you say is one of your go-to suggestions for Nutrition Month?
Well, seafood. We are not eating enough of it, and we're supposed to be eating more of it. We're supposed to be getting 2 to 3 servings of fish every week.
Wow.
And we just don't do it. So one thing that I want to encourage people to do is to get those servings in, and an easy way to do that is with Bumblebee solid white albacore tuna. You can get it in a can or a pouch, so it's really convenient to take it with you. It has a very nice firm steaky texture as opposed to the soupy texture of chunk light tuna. And that's why for me, when I'm making my recipes at home, only Bumblebee albacore will do, and it's also just a fantastic source of protein.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of people fall in that category where maybe they're not eating any fish or seafood during the week. So what a great option that's super simple and easy. Do you have any other simple on-the-go food options for folks?
Yes, pulses. So I'm not sure if you know what a pulse is, but it includes chickpeas, lentils, dry peas, and beans. And these are really nutrition superstars. So you make one batch of beans or lentils or peas a week, and then you can make these beautiful mason jar salads the whole week long. They only take 5 minutes to put together. You know, assemble them, put them in the fridge, and then they're there for you when you're leaving for the office in the morning. And just a half-cup serving of pulses gives you 9 grams of plant protein plus 4 times the fiber that you would get in brown rice. And if you eat 3 of those half-cup servings every week, it's going to help you with weight management and also help you get all the fiber that you need, which is so important. And it's another thing that we're just not getting enough of. So pulses can really go a long way toward helping you achieve your nutrition goals.
That's a wonderful tip, and in so many of your past books, you have so many great ideas. What's next for you in your career? Any new books coming out anytime soon?
Well, 2019, which I know seems like a long time away, but it will be here before we know it. I plan to have a book out then, and hopefully I can come back and chat with you about that one.
Absolutely, we'll be looking forward to it. And where can viewers go for some more information and some other recipes?
Yeah, they can go to tipsontv.com.
Wonderful. Again, Frances Largeman-Roth, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, and stay tuned to The Restaurant Show. We'll be back with more here on Wisconsin's 57 Television.
Thanks so much for joining us here today on The Restaurant Show. I hope that when you're out and about looking for a place to eat or at the local grocery store, you'll consider any one of these fantastic locally owned businesses. That's all the time we have for today on The Restaurant Show. This is Justin Riley reminding you that life is too short to eat average. We'll see you next time.